Hey, what's up, Pisces? Welcome back to this Timeless General Tarot reading. As per the usual, all typical disclaimers are assumed, and all non-typical disclaimers are asserted. I'm not responsible for you taking truth that is not meant for you and misusing it within your experience. You need to take what resonates for you, and you need to leave the rest. With that being said, make sure to check the timestamps below if you are interested in skipping to a different part of this video, just in case your patience is wearing thin with how long it's taking for me to get these cards to reveal themselves for you. I'm not interested in sacrificing my authenticity. I'm not interested in phony readings where I just take the easy route of pulling cards off the top and talking through them. It works for other readers. There are readers who do it authentically and they resonate, but for me personally, it doesn't feel right for me. I feel like I really want to deliver you a very clear message from Spirit. And to do that, I like to see the cards flip out or drop out all the way. So, one more thing before I actually start doing the read here. Pisces, you all are now 2 for 2 on blowing away the view counts for my videos. I have about 450 views so far over these last 6-7 days of working on this channel, and like 300 of them are from my 2 Pisces videos alone. So, I don't know what it is about Pisces. I know that my ex-girlfriend was a Pisces, so maybe it's just something about my resonance that Pisces, like, get with my energy to a certain extent, resonate with my energy. The other thing is your readings have actually been readings about overcoming certain sort of character flaws in yourself, and it seems like that kind of thing can turn away a lot of the other signs, but apparently Pisces, brave Pisces, are willing to take the heat a little bit. They're willing to brave the treacherous waters of reality to glean insight. So that speaks highly to your character, and I really appreciate that you all are resonating with what I have to say for you. So I actually was planning on singing a little tune here before I started this reading to kind of, just sort of as like a small gift for you, for all of you for doing that, but I did a little mini read on whether or not I should do that, and the cards were not exactly pointing me in that direction, so I have decided to hold off on doing that for now. Maybe at a later date it will make more sense, but as of this moment, I decided to hold off on doing that, so. Alright, Pisces, so let's see what you've got here. 4 of Cups, never the most awesome card in the world to get. It's not a, like this, it's basically a card of emotional apathy. This individual is finding themselves contemplating what the heck the deal is with how they feel. And even though there's emotional abundance sort of being handed to them in this depiction of the card, they're not open to it. They've got some kind of complacency in their heart. They're unsettled in their emotions. They're not sure exactly what the heck has got them stuck. Whoa. Okay, so there's 3 cards. So, yeah, I mean, this kind of goes to a little bit of what your other readings have been about, which is that there's a smidge of emotional disresonance with you. And very often that is like, it's something that in the other reads you are just kind of bottling up. It's something that you are, like, it's something that you're under the impression that it's virtuous for you to, like, live with these emotions. So I'm not exactly sure where the read is going to go from here. But if it's in pattern with the other readings, then there's a good shot that it's going to try and implore you to not keep doing the same things that keep you trapped in this emotionality. And that's something I would love to see for you. I'd love to see you be fulfilled in your emotions. I would love to see you be fulfilled in your experience and not be trapped, sort of stuck feeling like this because you think it's virtuous or because society thinks it's virtuous of you. So I'm trying to get some clarity here for you. This might be a good time for you to check the timestamp to get to the second card, because it is taking a good second here to get anything else out for you, even though that Four of Cups came out like instantaneously for you. So a very clear sign of emotional apathy here. And that's par for the course, sort of, with these other Pisces readings I've been doing. So I hate to see that for you. It's not where you want to be, probably. I can't imagine it's where you want to be. And off the top of my head here, I'm getting the idea that you are like... Once again, there's some reason why you are stuck here. And it's because you think it makes you virtuous. And typically the reason for that is because other people want you to be stuck in this energy with them, because they've sacrificed, or maybe not sacrificed, but they've just settled for feeling like this because they think that's just how life is, kind of thing. And maybe you are doing the same thing, but the problem is in some of your other readings, like, there's so much more to you than that, that the universe would love to see you overcome that. And it might challenge who you are to a certain extent. Okay, so here we have something poking out a little bit. So let's see what we've got here. Let's see if it's relevant to what I was suggesting. And you got the Page of Swords in reverse. So unfortunately, what this is a sign of is that your emotional apathy is actually deterring your ability to not embrace yourself, but to apply yourself properly. It's just like, it's a sign that you are... It's a sign that that your lack of emotionality is like sort of irrelevant. It's making, I mean, okay, so sort of what's going on here is like, if feeling good doesn't really matter, then why does being good really matter? If feeling good isn't really a priority, then why would putting forth your best foot be a priority? And that's kind of something very interesting, because the society around you is like, or I don't know if it is, but like kind of what's coming out here is that there's consequences to people holding you down like this, and it's that you are embracing a sort of mediocrity. Like, that you are embracing a lazy mentality, that you are embodying a sort of like dim-wittedness, but kind of what, even though these are like more negative cards, based off some of the past readings I've done for you, the idea here is that, like, whatever has got you stuck in this apathy is what is there's cause and effect. Okay, so like the cause of whatever has you stuck in this apathy, its effect is you being like this. And the problem is that the same people that like insist on you feeling like this, bizarrely, are disappointed in you when the natural effect is you being like this. So once again, I'm getting this like, let me see what this is for you. So I'm getting this like, that's just sort of what I'm getting for you. And it's something I can sympathize with. And it's sort of why I'm able to kind of say it like this for you. And if, depending on who you hang around, you may have never heard it like this. You may have never considered that it's not actually right doing these things, even though whomever has you trapped feeling like this is like convinced you it's like the right thing to do. And with this Hermit card coming out in the upright, that is a call to really take a step back and consider a different route. The Hermit is, the idea of the Hermit is, okay, and here we have another card trying to reveal itself. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like the Hanged Man or something. You know, so we have the Five of Swords here in the upright. Dang. This is matching your last reading to a large extent. And this is matching not so much the first read, which was a little more critical of yourself. The second read, though, the previous read I did for you, it was very much like this. It was very much about some kind of, well, technically the last read, it was about you like accepting certain dogma in yourself and accepting it and embracing it on the outside. but it not being resonant with who you truly are on the inside. So even though you are appeasing, and then it spoke to your quality, because even though you were embodying that and embracing that, you weren't letting it take away like a certain internal optimism of yours, which is a very endearing quality. And essentially what's going on here is there's another call for you to, and there's justice coming out for you. Wow. So for real, Pisces, like, you are being called here to really consider, and I'm not sure what this clarity is. I might end up clarifying this. I'm going to clarify this Four of Cups. I'm curious if it's going to give some kind of clarity on as to the source of this apathy, because, like, once again, you're being called here to really consider why you act like this, and like who you act like this for. Like, what convention, what dogma are you appeasing in feeling like this? And, like, it's calling you to really... I'm kind of missing the words a little bit for the Hermit. But the Hermit is... I mean, the idea... I understand the idea of the Hermit is internal retrospection. It's taking time for yourself to refine your internal world to a certain extent, to really refine your own quality. So maybe, like, what's happening here with this apathy is, like I said, some kind of culture or some kind of dogmatic structure. It could be family, it could be religious, it could be a work culture, it could be whatever the source is. It's like demanding you hold your own apathy. And the problem is that there's consequences to that thing. Okay, so another, last reading had a Seven of Swords also. So yes, this is just more, this is, I'm not sure who is actually watching this. I know that, like I said, a ton of Pisces have been watching these videos more than a lot of the other reads that I've done. And it's boiling down to the same principle here. There is, and I don't have a clear and direct sign that there is some kind of outside influence causing this emotional apathy, but due to the previous readings, due to the quality of who was being spoken to in those readings, it leads me to believe without any clarity that this isn't something that you yourself are necessarily responsible for. The cause of this is not all entirely on you. The cause of this has to do with something outside of you. And typically that's some kind of familial dogma, some kind of, like, cultural stigmatism, things like this. And it's just very interesting here how this is suggesting you try to refine yourself and move away from this. And it's not suggesting it's going to be easy. When you do this, people are going to not agree with your decision to change. And it is going to lead to confliction with other people. Other people, maybe in their own fear of embracing something else, are going to be afraid to... their fear is going to cause them to have trouble understanding why you are doing this, why you think this is the right thing to do. But the reason you're doing it is because you're tired of feeling like this. And you're probably tired of embodying these qualities as a result. But the signs here are that you can overcome this once again. Once again, this negativity isn't all on you, which is the same thing in the last reading. Despite the negativity around you, you had your own internal core of maybe not optimism, but some kind of core of positivity that deserves to come out, that deserves to feel better than this. And when you try to consider that fact, and when you try to actually move on from this, and when you try to embrace your internal world differently and find a way to, like, embrace your own quality better, people are going to find trouble with that. And if they want you trapped feeling this apathy, it's perfectly understandable. They're petty. they're petty enough to want to trap other people feeling like this. And they don't mind if it, like, they don't mind, and they might even be simultaneously annoyed with you for acting like this. So, like, I'm not surprised to see here that you might, it's not just going to be an easy path to rise above this, to make this difference. There is a good shot that you are going to find some resistance moving away from this. But Five of Swords in the upright is validating an area of the Page of Wands in reverse. Kind of weird. Tacking on some... So... yeah, dude, I don't know, like, who you're dealing with. I don't know who you're dealing with. I don't know who you're trying to leave behind here to embrace this inner world of yours that's better than what your outer world has you trapped in. You can do better than this. And it's not all entirely, and I know the cliche thing with parts of the world right now in society is that you're supposed to embrace your own complete personal responsibility. But when people outside of you are the cause for you being trapped in a life pattern, that's not all on you. That the cause of that, these effects, they have a cause in that. It's not all your cause. The only cause you have is not leaving them behind sooner. The only cause you have is not turning into yourself to see something better for you. And when you do that, the universe is suggesting here that you actually have a karmatic payout waiting for you. There is a karma that you are due for when you actually tried to do this. So when you actually, because of how you have borne this burden, if you can get to this point, and if you can embrace your internal world better and refine yourself through introspection and leave behind certain people that don't want what's best for you, the universe has a karmatic gift for you. So I am really quickly going to try and clarify what kind of karma is this Pisces due here from this Justice card. So while I shuffle these last two cards, the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands reversed, is more, that has more to do with the people interfering with you once again. So like, the Seven of Swords is a card of indirect action. It's like, instead of trying to bash down the gate with a 5th battering ram after the first 4 didn't work, instead of continuing that direct approach that keeps not working, the Seven of Swords is about taking an indirect approach, which would be like finding a way around the wall, or like finding a way to climb the wall. It's about not doing the same things over and over again. So to a certain extent, what this is suggesting is that once you actually start to, like, or sort of what it's suggesting is dealing with these people and dealing with this, receiving this karma, is going to require a little bit of tact from you. It's calling you to not just, like, throw it in everybody's face necessarily. It's not calling you to... It is suggesting that you are going to have to be dealing with indirection as a result. And followed by this Page of Wands reversed, that is a card of a bully. That is somebody who is petty and conniving, and they're a bully, and they act out against others with their actions as a bully. And sometimes when they do that in indirect ways because they're weak in the first place. So if you actually manage to break away from whatever this is, it's not exactly going to be a gravy train. Even though you're due some optimistic karma here, like, there are still people that are going to be not just like annoyed, but they're going to be angry, bitter, even worse than that, kind of. Like, they're going to be looking to undermine you doing this. So this is like a simultaneous call of watch out for these bitter bully types, which is probably whomever is keeping you in this energy. Whomever has you trapped in this energy, and whoever wants to see you stuck like this so you don't embrace your own internal power, the same people that you need to walk away from, and the same people who, for treating you like that, are actually building up a karmic debt for you, that is for you. You're kind of in a mixed call here to, like, you've got to watch out for the ways that they are going to try to interfere with this process in an underhanded fashion. They're not just going to let you go so easily. And they're even going to be really lame. Like, really lame. Like, these, like, it's the same energy that would keep you stuck here. This pettiness is what keeps you here. Or it's the type of energy that would want you to stay here, which is BS, if you ask me. So it's simultaneously a call to kind of fight fire with fire. So, like, when they are being indirect like that, you deal with it in indirect ways yourself. Don't, like, face them directly necessarily. You've got to kind of think outside the box with how you deal with these people and how you deal with this situation, because they're going to take these low blows on you, and they're going to be toxic as hell when you try to free yourself from them. That is essentially what's coming out here. Like, so I'm going to, let's see here. The reading's out 21, 22 minutes. I'm trying to keep these under 30 minutes so I can clip them on TikTok. I am going to try and clarify this Justice card for you, because I am curious about what kind of karma is due for you. What kind of karma does the universe actually want you to see here? What does it have in store for you? What has your patience in, okay, and as a tarot reader, like, you know, I don't make this stuff up. So I don't know exactly what this is going to be, and I hope and pray that it's good, because, like, I want to see what's good for you. So I'm hoping this is something really good that you're doing karma. So let's see what you got here. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, though. That's unfortunate. That does not... Man, that's like... That shits on everything I was just saying, basically. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse is losing gifts of abundance. So that's very strange, because it's almost speaking to the idea that, well, okay, so that doesn't really help with... It just doesn't make sense why the Justice would... It doesn't make sense why the universe would be dealing this to you. Why would the universe be dealing you negative opportunities? It's very strange, because in your last reading you had the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, flanked by the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands. And essentially, it was a gift you were receiving from others because they took to valiance, or not took to valiance, but they appreciated the fact that you didn't lose your optimism, so to speak, or they appreciated your ability to rise above despite your hardship. And that was part of what earned you these opportunities. So unfortunately, what I am seeing here is that, like, it's almost like this standing up for yourself differently, which requires a sort of critical notion, is going to lose you those opportunities. And that is so weird. That almost speaks to the idea that, like, whomever was giving you these, whoever was trickling in these gifts, were also trying to keep you trapped. It's almost as if they were also a part of what was keeping you in that, like, in that pattern. So sort of what this is saying is part of achieving this this karma is you're going to have to give up whatever those material gifts were. Jeez. The price to pay to have your own good freaking quality in life. It's unbelievable. Meanwhile, these people can be toxic pieces of crap and have you and take your energy for it. Sometimes the universe does not make sense to me. It's very disappointing. So, I'm going to try for another clarifier on this Justice card. I'm running out of time here, but that is just very weird. It's very weird that to embrace yourself, you have to give up so much. It's so weird that to have your own well-being, you have to give up so many things. And so the Strength card is called to your internal strength, but the Knight of Cups reversed is a I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of suggesting here that you have like, it is a sign that you're going to be disappointing a lot of people. So I don't know if you have fans or something, or like, I don't know what it is exactly, but yeah, like you're going to be disappointing people doing this. Even though it's embracing your own inner strength for once, it's going to reveal a different side of you. And I guess it's just not everybody's prerogative to have your best interests in mind. It's all about how they feel, apparently. And when they get used to you being their emotional sponge, so to speak, it's funny how the true colors are going to come out here when you lose these things. But you're still called to embrace your inner strength. You're still being called to refine your own inner quality in your own inner world. Your optimism in this reading is about your internal quality, regardless of the things you lose on the outside. Jeez. So you have a choice to make if... you have a choice to make. If you don't want to lose this stuff, if you don't want to lose these like tidings, these emotional tidings, and these material opportunities, you're gonna have to you're just gonna have to accept this like everybody else. But you're being called to find something better. But it's just weird that your karma is not giving you something good off the top here. So, oh, that's tough. This is tough. And I'm almost running into the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to see if I can squeak out anything else, but I think that's about it for this. It's like, it's just so strange. Like, it's so strange that the universe loves everything so much that there's consequences for you not letting toxicity take you down. But toxicity continues to be served by good people like you. It's just so, so weird. It's such a strange quality of our world, and it's very disappointing. So I'm sorry that you don't have anything else. The only other way I could spin this maybe is that this is supposed to be good karma. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to end the reading here, though. You're being called to find your inner strength and refine your inner quality. And it's going to require sacrifices. But karma is due for you. And being trapped in this isn't fair for you. You're too good for that. So, all right. See you later.